Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome. How it works fixing your car. I urgently visit my doctor. How driving through my old street started an important Islamic update. Marrakech reveals what I couldn't know, and you will never see watermelon the same after this video. Marhaba, yalla, let's go. Born in Ghana at young age, I moved to the Netherlands, Europe, as a Christian. 40 years later, I left Holland as a convert Muslim, making Hijrah to Morocco with my wife and 2 daughters. Alhamdulillah. My story is about having faith, transformation, drama, and strength. We came to Marrakech to check out a new apartment, and we signed a rental deal. The next day was a Sunday, the perfect day for my car's air suspension to break down on me. Alhamdulillah. Someone in the comments said it perfectly. In Morocco, it depends who you know and who is your family. A true statement. You need to connect here. In this case, the owner of the apartment had a long-standing friend who is a mechanic with his own garage. He made some calls and suddenly I had a fixer on a Sunday. Alhamdulillah. A big plus you might not know about fixing your car here in Morocco is that the hourly rate is low. In Holland it's about 60 euros per hour. Here in Morocco it's about 60 dirham per hour at max. That's about 6 euros per hour. Keep the following in mind if you come here with your own car. Either, if you can afford it long term, choose an expensive or fresh car and have it serviced at the official dealer here, and then also park it secured off street when choosing a home. Otherwise, I recommend you go cheap by bringing a cheaper car. I like my vehicle, but I've learned to accept scratches and small dents and even subprime repairs. This is part of my strategy here. Secondly, since labor is cheap, it affects your need for new parts. They can spend a day fixing on a broken part instead of ordering a brand new one, whereas a Western garage could never spend the whole day on fixing a part. That would be a very bad financial decision. So, don't worry too much about cars that have the status of irreliable in the West. They are financially plausible here. Use this to your advantage. Bi'ithnillah. Alhamdulillah, I had previously already ordered and brought my new air suspension from Holland. Accidentally, the order was misplaced. Instead of getting one left and one right rear suspension, I had gotten 2 left rear suspension. Links hinten, as they say in German. Guess what? I didn't stress out. I just said Alhamdulillah. And a few weeks later, this would turn out perfect. Subhanallah. I didn't and couldn't notice this day. Tawakkul, remember? After the fix, we were able to drive back to Agadir and start packing for the move to Marrakech. Our Agadir life was comfortable, Alhamdulillah. A spacious apartment with great views and the ocean nearby. But it was time to leave. We had packed all our belongings and sent them ahead to Marrakech. We made a final stop at one of our favorite restaurants in Agadir, the only gluten-free restaurant there. Great flavors, great prices, wonderful owner. Things didn't go as quick as we planned, so we left for Marrakech way too late. Happily, we had workers, family, and a certain brother there who did marvelous work moving our stuff into the new apartment without an elevator. Faisal, brother, I appreciate you. The Hulk from Marrakech. Allah Mubarak. After picking up the food, we were on our way for the 3-hour drive. I didn't like it at all. I would have preferred Rabat or Tangier instead, but Marrakech? But if Hijrah is made for the sake of Allah, one should remember to guard against the love of this dunya. I felt Allah wanted us somewhere else than Agadir. I felt proud as a parent there, but being a Muslim comes first and second place. To stay proud as a Muslim parent, we needed to do what was best for our kids, our eldest daughter especially. This tiny bug called dust mite was proof how easy it is for Allah to steer your life in a certain way. And what Allah has decreed is always the best. I needed tawakkul, big time. During the drive, I accepted that I would need time to adjust. This was my deal to myself. Embrace the discomfort. Keep hugging it and see what happens, inshallah. A growth mindset. Tawakkul. What do you know about Marrakech, other than a touristy place in the middle of the desert? A town ruled by trendy foreigners looking for a good time, right? I was told Marrakech is also the place where Islamic scholars stay. I love to believe that. This was my beacon of hope. For real. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Here I am. I found myself living in Marrakech now. First thing we noticed was the disappearance of our daughter's heavy snoring at night. Within 1 week, alhamdulillah, mission accomplished. Now form a life around this given fact. Through family, I got an office space to work from, alhamdulillah. I enjoy walking, so I take daily 20-minute walks to the office and 20 minutes back home. But this couldn't prevent me from feeling very bad. It sounds stupid and even childish, but I felt out of place. At a certain point, I also started to feel physically bad. What was happening? What was going on? At the same time, we also found out one of our passports was expiring very soon. Big problem. We booked a flight to Holland ASAP. Getting the new passport in time would require a miracle. Due to regulations, handling times, and international rulings, we had a minuscule window of time. The flight was tensed. A lot was at stake. My wife had been planning the paperwork and appointments for weeks. She understands the bureaucratic jungle like no other. Allah Mubarak. Operating as a team is key. Utilize each other's strengths and give freedom to each other to navigate one's specialism. Understanding the unwritten path is often the way out. You need to give trust, especially if you don't have the time or interest to go world class on that very subject. I was worried and nervous. There are so many people that go from unaware to totally occupied with discomfort within 1 day. Still worried and nervous. So, what does a man to do to relieve stress? Yeah, buy technical items, such as laptop upgrades. And what does a family do to relieve stress? Go and shop at IKEA. In this case, we tested some new mattresses so we could order them online back in Morocco. Easy does it. We also made a typical Sunday walk in nature. I was raised that way and always loved it. Reset yourself. Only the sound of wind, birds, and extra loud kids, of course. Alhamdulillah. I also have a Dutch foster mother. We make time to visit her as often as we can, inshallah. Very happy to have her energy and inspiration amongst us. Alhamdulillah. Then I experienced a big surprise. The coffee business I used to be part of as a funder and partner had changed drastically. My junior brother saw that he needed to restructure. He knows liabilities from assets. Owning stuff doesn't mean wealth. Assets create wealth. Running a business should make you realize where your money is really going. Cars and buildings, or having your own food supply, for instance. Do you find it annoying to remove the seeds from your fruit and vegetables all the time? If you do, listen well, please. Guess what you're doing? Allah gave you free tickets to your next tomatoes, watermelon, peppers, herbs, chicken, goats, etc., etc., etc. Allah has created abundance, an abundance which doesn't require to buy again. Used to gifting or lending money? What about all the tomatoes, meat, and watermelons you couldn't eat yourself? Pause and rethink how you choose dependence every day, instead of creating a lifetime passive asset for you, your kids, and family. Generational dependence or generational wealth. It's a progressive difference, inshallah. More on this topic later, bi'ithnillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm back. Yes. Are you pleased? Or you're like, hey man, you could have taken some weeks more. Anyway, look, I had to take some time off, to recenter on which direction I wanted to go with the channel. Because I figured some few things. First of all, a destination is, static. Like I said in my last episode. What I mean by that is, any city you go to, the information about that place is pretty static, what it takes to get there, the cost of living, all these things. It's, once you know this, it's done. What's really important is how to get there. And what's really important is which mindset should you have to get there and to be there. And this is something that keeps evolving. And because I don't want to bring you something, quick and easy, or even Google can, provide you that answer, or, ChatGPT, I want to bring in some real life stuff, because that's what you're looking for. And even me myself, before I left, there were so many things I wanted to know. And, if I go on Google, most of the things you can find out within a day. So me myself now as a content creator, why should I, expand on that? I think the main thing that's important to know on going to Hijrah is here and there. So from this series on going on, I'll try to focus a bit more on, of course, the practical information about a place, in this case Morocco. But I especially want to be there for the people who are seeking to make Hijrah, you know, because that's my main audience. You know, if you're already in this place, you are looking at this for entertainment purpose. But there are actually people out there, a lot of you, and I've read your comments, who are seeking for ways to make Hijrah. And there are many things you can go wrong on. And I want to prevent you from that, inshallah. So I've chosen to make a combination in my productions which can provide you on, you know, practical information, but also the, let's say, uncharted roads on going on Hijrah. And that has to do with your personal evolution, you know, because it takes a growth mindset. And also you need to dedicate yourself to your faith. And that's the most important thing that's required to make Hijrah. And that's something I don't see too much, and that's something I want to expand on. Because it's all has to do with the travel for the sake of Allah. And it doesn't start until you got this right, you know? And it also won't last if you don't got this right. So that's why I'm trying to focus on these things that truly matters for a sustainable Hijrah. And well, if you're in the comments, please let me know, and I'll try to expand on the things you want to know, you know. So enjoy this video, and let's see where it gets us, inshallah. If this hadn't succeeded, it would have meant booking new flights again, going to several instances, etc, etc, etc. Alhamdulillah. Later that week, I had to go see my doctor again for my results. We had previewed the results online. All the values were great. Alhamdulillah. I was semi-relaxed going in because I did feel something serious. Keep calm, brother. Keep it cool. I came out of the meeting and, to cut it short, I'm too fat. A direct but serious message. What I particularly like about my doctor's practice is that they are all physically fit. So their words carry on after they shut up. But my biggest lesson was yet to come on my drive back home. A lesson that would drastically change my mindset and deen. Bi-idhnillah. A great part of my life I've been living in Utrecht, Holland. Represent. One of the streets I lived in is called Het Luie End. In English it said the lazy end, because on one side of the street there's a famous jail, and across that street is a big cemetery. So the lazy end, because you either sit out jail time or you rest in peace. This simple saying sparked something in me. Do you know the saying, you can only be on one side of history? Hold on to that. The next day, I met up with Hamza, another great brother, mashallah. He advised me on subscribing to a certain Islamic knowledge website, and he insisted on paying the first term. After a short fight, I agreed, because my learnings would yield him hasanat, inshallah. After subscribing and logging in, I stumbled upon the 6 pillars of Iman. Believe in Allah, believe in angels, believe in the books of Allah, believe in His messengers, belief in the last day, and belief in the divine decree, Qadr Allah. It's needed to undeniably believe in these pillars to be a Muslim, the Ustad said. And there it hit me. Have you ever participated in anything without totally knowing or understanding all the rules? At work, at sports, whatever. In the beginning, there's always a part of you which you might say, yeah, I assume that to be true. Right? Well, I realized I was still in the assumption phase about some things in Islam. It had to do with certain miracles described in the Quran. It's like compartments in your backpack. You either fill the one or the other. Was I going to continue my life assuming some things to be true about Allah? Or was I going to be in the belief compartment about the truth? You can only be on one side of history, dear brothers and sisters. Realize this. Invest your time very well. I don't know about you, but when I want to change, I lean into it. Switching to a new life takes time. More importantly, getting rid of old practices needs knowing them, recognizing them, stopping them, and the most important one, repeating to go left where you used to go right. Every day I still walk by this shop, but I don't buy anymore. Nowadays I am gluten free, milk free, and sugar free by repeating new choices. Alhamdulillah. Oui, c'est bien. The wisdom I recently took made me realize waking up and going about my life and business every day, I was either preparing for heaven or hell. As far as I know, there is no in between. Let that sink in. What are you doing daily now is taking you to hell or heaven. Simple as that. Allah had given me a contrast I needed. My purpose was definition 8K, Alhamdulillah. And this started a new understanding of my life in Sai Okesh, as I used to call it. Boring Okesh. Marrakech and its mosques had lured me in. In Marrakech, the mosque is filled at daytime during work. In Marrakech, they pray toe to toe. In Marrakech, I experienced the sweetness of prayer on a whole new level. Alhamdulillah. This big gift of Iman came out through embracing discomfort, having patience, practicing tawakkul. This gift could only be received from Allah by being here, and no Google or ChatGPT could have told me these things. That's what we from Hijrah Start are here for, bi'ithnillah. Bridging the complete gap for those wanting to make Hijrah, inshallah. We are working on some great stuff behind the scenes. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, bi'ithnillah ta'ala.